Welcome to those championship rounds. I'm your host, Juan Ramirez. I want to thank for this episode. I want to thank Cutmen for Hire Supplies. If you got an event, if you got fighters fighting, check out the website. Also, want to thank Ozzy's Plumbing. You got any plumbing needs? Hit up my friend Ozzy. Today we have a special guest. I've been wanting to get her on the show for a while, and finally we were able to make it happen. Very busy person, but she's got some good things coming up here in San Diego, and I'm excited to have her. The president of Valkyrie Fighting Championship, Libby Canela.
Thank you so much. I've been such a fan of yours for a long time, so I'm excited to be here.
Thank you, Libby. But just want to say thank you. We're excited about having this MMA event here in San Diego. I mean, we've been waiting for an all women's MMA event. So but before we get into your upcoming show, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get involved with MMA?
So, well, a little bit of my background. I was born and raised in San Diego and Logan, in Barrio Logan. So I was already like born into the scene where you see fights, you see like gunshots, you see like gangs and stuff. So my dad used to be a boxer, but he was also very violent. So I would just grow up with a hectic childhood where he just always wanted us to know how to fight because it was just very gang infested in our neighborhoods. I mean, I ended up learning how to do a little bit of karate, things that he could afford when I was growing up. And then I lived right next to Archie Moore. So that was a very blessing because most people don't know Archie Moore.
Yeah.
So I want to give a shout out to ABC Boxing, who's like on market. So they have always poured into the community and just the values that they have. So that's something that's very like close to my heart that I want to continue doing, like Archie Moore, empowering people from the ghetto because like we don't receive enough words of life. We just are looked down upon as like uneducated, poor, basically those type of things. So that's what I want to do with Valkyrie. MMA, well, basically just through fighting. I had a wrestling coach named Omar Figueroa from high school who was in professional wrestling. And he trained with Hector Guerrero and also Rey Mysterio Sr. In Tijuana. And so I always wanted to be a wrestler and I was always too tiny. And then he got into MMA. So I want to give a shout out to him. He's always been an inspiration to me. And so little by little, life takes you to where you have to get an education and, like you kind of always go back to the gym, after your education. And so Valkyrie ended up starting where you're unable to find fights and stuff like that. With two of my previous, affiliates, we had a league and stuff. So I just branched out on my own, created it, especially for a woman. I hated just being always shot down of ideas because when you're building something for a woman, it's hard for a man to understand what a woman goes through. And I just hated just all the conflict, all the arguments. And I just said to myself, like, I don't need you guys, I'm branching out. So.
Good. Yeah, that's a good point. That's good. Sometimes you got to get out there and make your own your own ways and stuff. And seeing this, I mean, I've been involved with I was involved with what was it, Fatal Femmes fighting. This was years, many years ago. I think I might have been over 10 years ago. They did a couple of shows in LA and it was an all women's, MMA event. And they were, it was one, but to come in, for you being the president, having that woman's perspective, knowing, I think that's really going to be helpful for your promotion. I mean, that's great. And you're looking out for.
Yes, I call all the shots. So I'm happy.
Good, good, good.
I'm leading really leaders. I have an amazing team. I have Gustavo Lopez, who's going to be there. He's in the UFC, so he's bringing Killer B. She's going to be commentating. So all the amateurs will get to meet Killer B, and even the pros that are coming there as guests, they get to meet another pro and just connect there, you know, because it's like we want to constantly help each other and not bash each other. And especially in this world, you know, like chasing dreams is hard when everyone's always like bashing them. And so we want to just be that bridge, that connection, that enforcement to be like, we got you. We all have the same dream. Let's do it together, you know, even though as a, you know, cliche or like, how that sounds, people are cheesy, you know, in the long run, that's what we want to do. We don't want to have fighters where they feel like they don't have any guidance. One thing that when I did speak to Killer B, who was this B Gwen, she expressed that when she was an amateur, it was hard for her to kind of get around because there's so many predators, there's so many people that are after certain things, certain money. And so she's actually retiring soon as a pro fighter. So she's gonna probably say something about that during our show. And so she talks about she wants to guide the amateur woman, the amateur fighter from not being exposed, from having good decisions and creating that mega athlete, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's important. I mean, mentoring, getting people to, you know, maybe she went through some hard things and not wanting those, you know, the future champs to go through similar, you know, difficulties. So no, that's good. I mean, I see that you're very connected with the community. I mean, I know you mentioned the ABC, you know, boxing program. I've been out there. I see what they do. I mean, they got the, you know, it's not only boxing, but they got an after school program and all that. I really like that. I mean, I think your promotion, I mean, being connected to the community, I think that's a great aspect, something that will probably make a big difference, you know. So is that something that are you looking at that maybe helping out some amateur fighters down the road? Is that something that your promotion will also do?
Yes. So also we want to do everything. So we want to not just, so we're not just in the fight community. We're like Archie Moore, where we want to make leaders. And if they decide to go into pro or when they retire or whatever they decide to do, they have that leadership skill and take that leadership, that integrity, and show the other generation, because I feel it's very important. Especially nowadays, you have people that are that never had a father figure or anything like that. A lot of them were my coaches. So that's something that I learned from Archie Moore, someone that was very solid, that had even mentored Muhammad Ali. I just feel it's so important. And Muhammad Ali is so young that he didn't understand all the teachings that Archie Moore was embedding in him. And after he got older, he understood. So that's something that I have been doing that with my old company, but now I'm going to be doing that even more with Valkyrie. So
nice. So tell us, what can people expect on June 25th with Valkyrie?
You're going to expect the most amazing event and the most heartfelt performance from every athlete, from the youngest age to the oldest. We are all excited over this. So I just want everyone to show up and see what they're gonna feel. It's hard to explain what they're gonna see. They're gonna feel it mostly.
Nice. So, the electricity probably under the vibes probably gonna be great.
Nice. It's gonna be amazing.
And are a lot of these fighters that are coming in? Are they local? Are you bringing them in from throughout the U.S., Mexico?
Yes. So we're gonna have Estefi Gabos. She's actually a former, I want to say, what kind of model? She's a real fashion model. So there's types of models. There's commercial models and fashion models. She's actually a real fashion model, retired, went into kickboxing, and then went into MMA. She's under Alexa Grasso, so Lobo's gym. We ended up getting her athlete visa approved. So after many attempts on her other teammates, we ended up having success with a Stevie. So now she's going to be facing someone from Arizona, her opponent Kelly. And so it's going to be very exciting because nobody wants to fight these girls.
Yeah.
So they're both equal. So I'm very blessed that I found someone in Arizona that is willing to take this fight.
A good matchup, a tough fight, but a great matchup. It looks
Yeah.
like.
We're going to have Mexico in the house, Arizona in the house. We're going to have Los Angeles, San Diego. So
Good.
and even San
So this
Francisco.
event, it's going to be at the
Legacy. It's called the Legacy. Yeah. And yeah, Legacy International Center, that's in Mission Valley. It's also known as the Legacy Hotel and Resort. So it's a huge resort. It was built by Maurice Aurelio. So he had this vision that he wanted to have like an event and also concerts, and it's a nice resort where people could get away, and it was just a perfect area. They have never had an event like this before. So when I popped my little head in there and I was like, hey, who do I need to talk to? They were just very excited. So this is the first, and I'm hoping for many to come.
Many more to come, yes, for sure. And I see behind you, is that one of the championship belts, or?
That's one of the championship belts. So let me show you. So this is I designed this and I poured my heart and soul.
Oh yeah,
it's
beautiful.
It's a Valkyrie fighting championship belt. I wanted to design it like a shield, like the Valkyries would wear. So up front, you will see, in person, you actually will see all the full details. So
good.
That's.
Is there a championship fight that night, or is this something that's going to be maybe in the next event?
There's going to be many championship fights just because California has no female championships. So we're going to have almost every division be crowned as a Camo state championship and also a Valkyrie champion. So just because this is our first show, we need to crown our champion. So then that way the division gets started.
Good.
Or it gets built, I should say.
Yeah, it gets built. How many divisions will Valkyrie host?
We're planning to see 160, 140, 130, 125, 115 of possible atom weight. So that's in the works. So that's going to be very important, just because all those divisions, we actually need champions. There's no woman in California that holds a Camo state title. So the only one that has it right now is 135, and she's actually turning pro. So now the belt is vacant after she turns pro. So that's very important for me to start exposing our female athletes to these type of opportunities. So then that way our division from Camo and also Valkyrie grows. And then also they could compete in other promotions. So we're not just one promotion where we want to hold on to our fighters. We want them to spread their wings and experience every type of promotion that there is. So then that way they get more exposure, more sponsorships, and also more like publicity. So then that way they could be able to enter bigger promotions when they turn pro. LFA, Gambate, UFC, CFFC. We want all that stuff. So we don't want to just be kind of greedy and stuff, So we want all women to be exposed from East Coast to Central to West to South. We all want them to come.
That's good. No, that's good that you bring that up. That that you are, you want to help them get to, like those other promotions as well. I mean, I know most people want to make it to the UFC, so giving them that a great experience. I'm sure, the professionalism they will experience at your event. I mean, all that stuff will get them, get that feel that they're like, oh, you know what? I want to keep going with this. I want to keep fighting and this is something that I like. So that's awesome. Is there any sponsors you want to give a shout out? Anybody that all your sponsors right now for this event? I know there's probably a lot to mention, but if any that come to mind.
So we have Nicole Knight. She is our DJ. She actually sponsored her services, which she is a former Playboy playmate and also DJ. So she's actually very, very popular, and I'm very excited that she wanted to do this because it's to top it off, it's like we have a female, you know, DJ, so in the house, and she's just so happy to do this. So I want to give a shout out to her. Thank you for all your dedication and hard work and patience. You know, with the fight card, because we're trying to tell all the girls like, what are your, you know, like what's your walkout song? And they're still like, we don't know yet. So that's very important, that we don't want to pressure them and wait for that walkout song where they can feel it. And you know, I want to give a shout out to Green Athletics for always supporting me and doing our gloves and everything. And then also Luxury and Mayhem, who's doing our photo shoot, our promo videos, and also they're sponsoring some gloves that are approved by the state of California for our event. They've been great and they've been really supportive. Big shout out to Euphoric Spirits and Distillery. They have always been a big supporting support for me, especially especially because Rick is actually the owner, and he has nothing but girls, and he always wants to see women succeed in any business. So and now Brianna too, like she's been like always behind me. So, and that support of just that they believe in us being our official alcohol sponsor. Also San Diego Premier Printing, who donated all of their printing services for us. They're making t-shirts and everything like that just for souvenirs. And Boulevard Fitness for giving free sponsorships to fighters that need a place to work out for free and get conditioned. So thank you, Sean, for giving us that.
That's great. And you know what? I don't know if you have a gauze and tape sponsor, but if you don't, I want to sponsor you for this event, this your first event, as a welcome, and as you know, give you, you know, we want to help you out. So Cutmen for Hire and Stitch Premium. If you don't got a tape and gauze sponsor, we're your sponsor.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Like just the gauze and tape is so important, and most people don't know that. And it's just the protection of your hands, so that, you know, they won't break. And that's what people never understood. So thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Thank you. We'll be in touch. But yeah, I just want to you know, it's just I want to be a part of this. I mean, this is going to be I have a feeling it's going to be a huge success. And you know, so you're starting off on a good, you're starting off good, man. You got a lot of support from the community, the fight community of San Diego. So it's looking good. Before we finish the interview, I just want to, there's a segment called 12 rounds in 60 seconds where I kind of shoot out some questions. You kind of, you know, just whatever pops to mind. Just have fun. You know, it's something I like to do with all of the guests, but just, you know,
that makes
just
me nervous.
No, it's you'll have fun. So lista, ready?
Oh, see.
All righty, here we go. Tacos, burgers, or pizza?
Pizza.
Favorite your dream car?
I'm sorry?
Your dream car.
My dream car, a 1969 Mustang Mach 1.
Nice. Place you would love to promote, a dream place where you'd be like, I want to take my show to this city, or
I want to just go to the fighting capital of the world, Las Vegas.
Dogs or cats?
Cats, definitely.
Streets or freeway?
Let's do streets.
Your favorite fight movie?
Favorite fight movie? Geez, that's really hard. Bloodsport.
Your favorite music artist?
Who am I listening to right now? Geez, there's so many. That's really hard. Let's say AC/DC for right now.
Your go-to movie, that movie that never gets old.
That I'm always watching. Interview with a Vampire.
If you could promote a fighter, past or present, what would be that dream fight?
That dream fight. Let's see. Gosh, there's so many. Right now, I really want to promote Jocelyn Fuller. versus Tahana Hana from Tahiti.
Nice.
They've been after for years. So that's the one I'm going to try to push in the future.
Your favorite walkout song?
Killer Queen.
Favorite color?
Favorite color right now is white.
And you mentioned something about being a wrestler, luchadora. If you were a wrestler, what would have been your lucha name, your wrestling name?
Canelita.
Canelita. All right, that's 12 rounds and 60 seconds with Libby Canela. Thank you, Libby, for being on the show today. I'm looking forward to your event June 25th here in San Diego. Any last words? Anything you want to tell the people listening about anything?
Come watch Valkyrie Fighting Championship. It's own. It's so different that you're gonna be so amazed, and we're gonna go from small to big in like less than a few years. So
thank you. And where can people buy tickets for the event?
If you go to purplepass.com/ValkyrieFC1, I could always send you the link, or go to our Instagram, which is Valkyrie Fighting, and there should be the link on the bio.
Okay, yeah, and that's a good thing you bring up. Where can people find your social media?
Yes, we have Facebook and Instagram, so it's the same thing, Valkyrie FC. So
okay,
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Libby. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for sharing about your event, and I'm looking forward to it and looking forward to being out there supporting. So thank you, and thanks for all you do for the community, for San Diego. I see that you have the passion for helping. You know, growing up, I know the city, so I know those areas where they're not, you know, especially, you know, years ago they were even tougher. But to see you pour into the community, still, I mean, that's priceless. So thank you. God bless you, and looking forward to your event on June 25th.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.